Good day. In this training video, we will learn how to process a prepayment made to a supplier in MYOB Advanced and how to apply the prepaid amount to bills. A prepayment is a type of payables document that we create to record advance payments or down payments to suppliers. To process a prepayment in the system, we first create and release the prepayment request and then pay it with an AP check. A prepayment request is not a financial document. It is an internal document that can be approved depending on your system setup before the funds are paid to the supplier. The prepayment made can then be applied to outstanding bills and credit adjustments. In this step, we will create the prepayment request of $230 to make the prepayment to Blue Line Advertisements. From the Payables module, let's open the Bills and Adjustments form and add a new document. The type will be prepayment. This type here denotes a prepayment request. Next, we'll select the supplier, Blue Line, and we will type in the supplier reference and an optional description. Now we can add a new record under Document Details. Let's select Advertisement Design as non-stock item in the inventory column. Note the direct marketing expense account is inserted automatically now. The unit cost will be $200. The account that is debited for the prepayment amount is displayed in the AP account box on the Financial Details tab of this form. The system auto-completes this box with the prepayment account if one is specified for the supplier. Let's navigate to the supplier's form to view the setup. For this, we can use the shortcut by clicking Edit in the supplier box. Now, we can navigate to the GL Accounts tab, and we'll note that for this supplier, the prepayment amounts will post to a separate asset account called AP Prepayments Local, which is a different account than the AP account. If no prepayment account is specified for the supplier's AP account is inserted into the document by default. We can change the prepayment account for the document. Back on the Bills and Adjustments form, we can now release the prepayment request. On release of the prepayment request, the system doesn't generate any transactions or update any document balances. Instead, it changes the status of the prepayment request to open so that we can make an actual payment. If approval is required in the Payables module, the prepayment request must now first be approved before any payment can be made. Once the prepayment request has been released but not yet paid, we can cancel it in the system by selecting Actions, Void Prepayment on the Form toolbar. Back to our example. Now that we have released the prepayment request, we will make a payment by using an AP check. Later, we can apply the prepayment to bills and credit adjustments. In this step, we will pay $230 to the Blue Line Advertisements supplier by using the prepayment request. For this, let's navigate to the Bills and Adjustments form and open the $230 prepayment request. To make a payment based on the request from the Form toolbar, select Actions, Payable, Apply Adjustment. The Checks and Payments form opens so we can make a payment. The AP check is pre-populated with the information from the prepayment request. The prepayment request appears on the Documents to Apply tab. We'll change the payment method to cash and select the applicable cash account from the list. In the Payment Reference box, type in the reference for this payment. The AP payment can now be released. Let's review the generated batch detail by clicking on the batch number on the Financial Details tab. On release of the prepayment, the system updates the prepayment balance of the supplier and generates a batch that credits the selected cash account for the prepayment amount and debits the prepayment account specified in the prepayment request for the same amount. The balance of the AP account of the supplier does not change because the separate prepayment account was specified in the prepayment request. The AP check gets closed after we release it, while the prepayment request remains open and now can be applied to bills or credit adjustments. After release of an AP payment, it can be voided by using the Checks and Payments form to reverse the payment in the system. For more on this topic, you can view our training video on voiding AP checks in MYOB Advanced. Let's now navigate to the Supplier Details form under Inquiries and select the blue line Advertisement Supplier. The table shows the open prepayment and the total balance of all open prepayments is displayed in the prepayment balance box. The total balance over all documents listed in the table is displayed in the Balance by Documents box. To view the prepayment request, we can select the prepayment in the table. Now we can apply the prepayment to one or multiple bills and credit adjustments. So in the next step, we will create two bills dated 25 May 2020 and apply a prepayment to them. Let's navigate to the Bills and Adjustments form and add a new record. The type will remain as bill, and we'll select blue line in the supplier field. We'll change the date to 25/05/2020 and complete the supplier reference. We'll also complete an optional description. Now we can add the document details. In the inventory column, let's select Advertisement Design and specify 2 hours at $22 an hour. Now we can save the document. Click on the New Record button to add the next bill. Select the supplier again and let's change the date to 25/05 and complete the reference and description for the bill. And now add the document details as advertisement design for 4 hours at $22. Once completed, we can now save the bill. To release both bills, we can navigate from the Payables menu to Processes, Release AP Documents, and then click on Release All to release both bills for Blue Line Advertisement. Now, from the Payables menu, let's navigate to the Supplier Details form and Inquiries and review the balance of the Blue Line Advertisement supplier. The current balance of the supplier is $151.80. The prepayment balance is accumulated separately and equals $230. Suppose that we have decided to use $30 of the prepayment amount to partially pay the two Blue Line Advertisements bills. Thus, we will apply $10 to the $50.60 bill and $20 to the $101.20 bill. From the Payables module on the Checks and Payments form, let's select the prepayment document entered previously. Let's now change the post date to 29/05 as we have decided to apply the prepayment and pay the bills on this date. In a new row on the Documents to Apply tab, select the $50.60 bill in the reference number field, and in the Amount Paid column, enter $10. For purposes of this training lesson, we will remove the cash discount taken, so we can override the current amount with 0. Let's add a second row, and in the reference number field, select the $101.20 bill, and in the Amount Paid column, enter $20. Again, we will remove the cash discount taken. Once done, we can save the prepayment application. On this document, the payment amount displays the original amount on the prepayment, while the unapplied balance shows the prepayment balance. The application amount is the total in the Amount Paid column. Now we can release the application to reduce the balance of the bills. On release of the prepayment application, the system updates the current balance and the prepayment balance of the supplier and generates the batch that debits the AP account for the specified total amount paid and credits the prepayment account for the same amount. The system also reduces the balance of each bill to which the prepayment has been applied. After the application is processed, the prepayment retains the open status and the outstanding balance of $200. The document records to which the prepayment has been applied are moved to the Application History tab. In the Batch Number column on this tab, we can see the number of the batch that has been generated on release of the prepayment application to each of the listed bills. Until the prepayment has a balance of 0, we can apply it to other outstanding bills and credit adjustments by selecting them on the Documents to Apply tab and releasing the application of the prepayment to them, as we have just done for these two bills. In the Payment Date box on the Financial Details tab, we can find the date when the prepayment was made. To find the document from the Application History tab, open the prepayment request with the same reference number. And find the AP check on the Applications tab. If we navigate back to Payables and open the Supplier Details form under Inquiries again, we will see that the current balance of Blue Line advertisements has been reduced by $30. The prepayment balance has also been reduced by $30. The bills to which we have applied the partial prepayment remain open and pending a payment. And this brings us to the end of our overview of processing a prepayment made to a supplier and applying the prepaid amounts to bills. Please let us know with your feedback and join us again for more as we explore MYOB Advanced through our training videos. Thank you for watching.